What is happening, guys? Hey, welcome back to my show. This is hireBunch of hireBunches. My name is Ram. And, well, another new episode, right? Hey, stop. Today's episode gonna be really big content because I'm going to talk about, the most recent interview, some controversial interviews from Tucker Carlson, right? And he's been on and off on the mainstream TV, mainstream medias. I think the latest place he was anchor hosting was Fox News, right? And then he either quit it or quote unquote fired. Then he stays with Twitter, which was owned by the Elon Musk, whom we have done some content with him, because I believe his interview style is fun, organized, sometimes jumping over the head, but overall he has his own paces, even though whatever the type of questions he's been interviewing with or he's been asked for, he's always keep smart, right? So always those smart talks and jokes to keep the interview flow. So that's the first one we're gonna talk about, and the second one is Andrew Tate, the AKA Top G. I think I did a little bit of content with him, about him. One of the shorts. Maybe you can check the shorts here. And so his interview skills, I would say overall the style was really professional, right? Focused, concentrated, pretty much giving you answers straightforward. Not many jokes, not to be fun, but it is what it is. He gave you what you want in probably one of the most professional ways. And we'll see. But okay, so first of all, we can start with Elon Musk, and I think this interview was done a few months ago, while Tucker was still with the mainstream media. And this is this was uploaded by this channel 13 days ago, but I actually have no idea when this interview was done. I think it's not like recently, but a couple months ago. So overall, this interview was talking about, most likely the first part was talking about AI and the AI company who was helping.
Well, I do actually.
He has been starting with, right? ChatGPT, OpenAI, and then later on we know his own AI company, I think is AIX or something. And then talk about the morality standpoint of AI, and I think the second part basically was talking about Twitter. Well, what I found interesting, and then I would like you guys to learn, is probably two of the questions. Let's go to the first one. 19 minutes. We can do a little bit of the first part.
That he is a kind of old-fashioned liberal who doesn't like to censor. He has, but he,
what we're talking about, right?
Take the stand that you have taken.
All right. The first question Tucker was asking. They were actually finishing one of the question. I think he was asking if AI is going to make some mistakes or even lie to the people who's using the AI system. And Elon Musk answers yes, probably. And then Tucker is just asking, okay, so you made the things like this today, which means the mistakes, misjudgment on the AI and how the outcome of the AI. But can you explain why? So basically, we can make a very good representation of this question to some of the common interview question, like, oh, can you explain when is a time you made a mistake and how did you fix it, or how are you saying yourself prevented it in the future with my company or with the hiring team. So we can check how Elon asked and answer that.
Well, that'll be ironic, but Faith, the most ironic outcome is the most likely, it seems.
Sorry.
What to either comment on some things, not comment on other things, and
Yes.
it's bad. And so so essentially, what's happening is they're training the AI to lie.
Yes.
It's bad.
To lie.
It's
That's
to
exactly
lie.
right.
Training
And
AI.
withhold
To
information.
lie and
Yeah.
yes, yeah, exactly. To either comment on some things, not comment on other things, but not to say what the data actually demands that it say.
Exactly.
Okay.
How did it get this way? I thought
it's-
you funded it at the beginning. What happened?
Yeah, how do you
that'll
get
be
this
ironic.
way?
But Faith, the most ironic outcome is the most likely, it seems.
I'm stealing that.
Okay, listen carefully how
That's
he
actually a friend
answered.
of mine, Jonah, came up with that one. I actually have a slight variant on that, which is the most entertaining outcome is the most likely. But that's entertaining as viewed from a third-party viewer. Right. Like, so if we're like an alien...
Yeah, he's basically joking about it. Yes, I made a mistake, but this mistake looks entertained from third-party viewers, right? So if you're outsider, you look at entertained, but for me, it's not.
On
TV
high,
show.
yes.
Yeah. Like you could go see a movie about World War I, and they're being blown to bits and gassed and everything in the trenches.
And he even gave
so
an
you
example,
popcorn having a
metaphor.
Soda, it's
Yeah.
fine. Not so great for the people in the movie.
True.
But that's my variant on this sort of Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely. Jonah's variant, which is irony, and then my variant, which is the most entertaining as seen by a third-party audience.
Yep. So yeah, he answered the question and used a metaphor, like people watching the movie with popcorns, while the movie was about a war and people in the movie actually suffer. So yeah, I would say he's dodged the question, but using a really good metaphor to ease the doubt. So yeah, we can use that example when you ask the interview question. Hey, how did you make the decision? That is actually went to a mistake, and you can probably copy the same the example from Elon. Okay, so the next question. At this question, he was asked about Facebook. The topic is about censorship. So he was asked, "Hey, look, man, Elon, Facebook and your Twitter platforms. How do you compare your competitor? And what do you think of how they're doing?" Basically, this is a question representing a very common interview question when you ask about how do you deal with criticism from your competitor, from your coworker. How do you deal with your relationship, your coworkers, and how do you think of other people's work, right? Like I said, his overall interview skill was fun, but smart and amazing. So let's see about his answer to this question.
Being fair at all.
Why doesn't Facebook do this? I know that Zuckerberg has said, and I take him at face value, that he, I do actually in this way, that he is a kind of old-fashioned liberal who doesn't like to censor. He has, but he, like, why wouldn't a company like that take the stand that you have taken, which is pretty rooted in American traditional political custom, for free speech?
Here you go. It's gonna
My
jump
understanding
in.
is that Zuckerberg spent $400 million in the last election, nominally in a get-out-the-vote campaign, but really fundamentally in support of Democrats. Is that accurate or not accurate?
That is accurate. Yes.
Does that sound unbiased to you?
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
So he's using a question to answer a question. So basically what he did is he's using what his rival or competitor done unsuccessfully to argue criticism, criticize what he's done on his part. So that's very smart, and we can use this to answer a similar question during an interview. So great job, Elon. Great job. So we're gonna stop here with Elon and jump to our next guest, Andrew Tate, the top G, aka, and let's hear about him. So this is like a really long video, interview video, 2 hours with Andrew Tate, by Tucker. So I think the first part he was introducing Andrew Tate, and we can listen to it a little bit about it.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. Imagine being that. Share your feelings. Obey. Female wasn't clear enough.
Yeah, let's talk about some crisis about more modern young people, especially young guys facing almost lead to suicidal decisions. But in the meantime, Andrew Tate, some opinions from him really saved those problematic younger generation.
Schools around the country, when you pee like a good little girl, mass can been attempted at scale, or even switch sexes into porn and weed, an addict form of suicide. All around us, this is happening. Noticing it is forbidden, but that does not make it any less real. He offers a different vision. So it's probably not surprising that Andrew Tate was the most Googled man in the world last year. He offers a different vision. Tate is a former professional kickboxer who about a decade ago began posting advice to young men on social media. Tate's view is that men want respect above all. It's how they're wired. In order to get respect, men must become worthy of it. They must become more impressive. Wake up early, work as hard as you can, stay sober, find God, keep yourself physically fit, don't complain. That's his worldview. Earlier generations of Western leaders might have found parts of Tate's message inspiring.
All right, so to stop about introduction. I found two questions really interesting and we can borrow as an example to our lesson learned. And more interesting, those two questions are next to each other. So let's get on it. Milestone 15, yeah. 1550, almost 16 minutes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the first question is, Tate was asked by Tucker, what do you do when you were in prison, right? He was in prison in Romania for about 96 days. And this question, I think we can borrow when we ask the similar question, like, what do you do after work, right? He was in prison after work, off time. So, but in another hand, which was basically, you were asked about what do you do when you have some spare time? And let's see what he's saying.
Sorry, but if I was accused of a financial crime.
In with your brother.
At the beginning I was not, but towards the end I was, yeah.
What did you do all day?
There you go.
That's a good question. I looked at the wall, stared at the wall, smoked cigarettes, lots of push-ups, read the Quran.
You smoked cigarettes, did push-ups, and read the Quran.
Basically, yes.
Right.
And certainly had some introspective moments. Tried my best to get out, tried my best to via my small phone calls, understand what's happening in the outside world. Tried to make sure that the people I love and care about are taken care of, because I'm the man of my family, and I'm also the man of quite a large, I wouldn't say empire, but life. And there's a whole lot of people who rely on me. You know, you have staff and families, you have children and families.
I know the feeling, yeah.
So when you're plucked from that, it's kind of strange. You're in jail and you're concerned for yourself, but your primary concerns are also all your duties as a man. I have duties as a man. I don't want children to starve.
We've got a whole tribe.
I've got people to pay. So it was very, very frustrating, constantly trying to make sure everybody else was okay and feeling helpless. That's what hurt me.
Okay. So basically, you know, he has his one way to kill the time, staring at the wall, doing push-up, reading Quran because he's religious. And also he got a responsibility, right? The families, the staff, somebody to care about. So when we were asked about the same question, we can use that as example. Hey, look, man, after work, I'm not like fully lay flat, right? I got my duties to do, cleaning house, calling my families, or helping out other people with my hobbies or whatever. So learn that. And the next question is more interesting. He was asked, okay, have you ever came to the moment that you were thinking you were on the edge of your life, and how do you deal with it? Man, this is really a typical, very typical interview question, aka how do you deal with stress? If you want to know what's being told in my content, hey, look, man, check my previous video right there. How to deal with stress when you ask the same question in an interview. And let's see what he says. Let me probably fast speed a little bit.
I was trying to make sure for years, serious concerns about how I can feed the people I love.
Did you ever come to the edge at all?
Here we go.
No, I certainly had some days I was less.
Okay, so have you been crushed by stress? You said no. And how?
Happy than others, but I made sure that my mindset was built in a way that I could always be doing something constructive. And I think you get what you give in life. And if I ever felt particularly sad on a day, I would try very hard to make other people happy, because if I made other people smile, I'd feel better. So even the dinner ladies or the prison guards, I'd try very hard just to make people smile. I know it sounds silly. Some of the prison
No, it
guards,
doesn't.
some of the prison guards were more open
making
than
fun
others,
of,
but there was one,
making fun of the life, making
cold,
jokes
didn't want to
around
say a
the
word to
people.
me. Like, hey,
People
bro,
around you.
your hair looks amazing, and you just stare at me like he wants. Shut up. But I just try my best to cheer people up, to cheer myself up, and as a man, all you can do is just find the resolve to continue doing the best you can in this current circumstance. So.
Yep. So be optimistic when you are stressed, and also finding things that can cheer you up. That's great. And also keeping your head straightforward that you have responsibilities. Man, hey, Top G, thank you for the good skill and strategy. Now, as same as Elon's interview, I do have another moments for bonus fun. He was talking about. All right. So at the same as Elon's interview, right? I have also another bonus time for Tate's. In this little bit clip, he was talking about his very rare opinion on politics, about the war, about Putin. I won't have any comments, but I'll just play for you to chat. I think we're at 52. Okay, here we go.
That's so important.
Well, the first thing I think we should all do is I think we should all give Putin credit for curing COVID, right? Because when his invasion happened, COVID went away. So
I thought about that.
Think about it. It's almost of the day. So we have to give him some credit at least for doing that. He may be the bad guy of the world, but at least he cured COVID for everybody nearly instantly. Fair. Thank you, President Putin. Yeah, I, up until this point, never really commented too heavily on politics.
Yes.
But I understand very well, I like to believe what's happening with Ukraine and Russia. And what I will say to the people who are watching this at home is that if you are naive enough to believe that there are good guys and bad guys in wars, and it's as simple as good and bad, and that the bad guys are crazy, and the good guys want freedom, then you need to do a little bit more investigation into what's really happening. And when you look at the vested interest of any country or any person...
Can I just ask you to pause and just comment? That's the truest thing, what you just said. That is and anyone who doesn't understand that should shut the fuck up. And I mean it.
All right, we can stop here. So, that's about today's episode. I just want to share some great example from great people, great interviewees. You know, Elon, Tate. They have been interviewed. I don't know if it's 10,000 times, but at least a couple hundred times, right? And I just want to share with you guys. You know, we can learn from these people. And again, if you want to see more of these videos, check my playlist. I have a playlist that my interview analysis reactions for people, for celebrities who's been interviewed, and some of their interviews are so amazing. And again, before you guys leave, hey, make sure to check my Linktree page. You know, everything's updated over there, all my socials, and I'll be really appreciate if you can support me a little bit on my Ko-fi page. Okay, so again, this is hireBunch of firebunches. This is the end of today's episode. I hope you guys have takeaway, lesson learned from the celebrities interview. Okay, like, subscribe, and share. If you don't like comments, if you like comments too, I'll pick up a few comments from you guys, and I'll make free videos for that as well as a free giveaway. So, and I'll see you when I see you for the next episode. Peace out.